Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Mark.
What was the biggest difference? You've set such a high bar. Obviously, we've talked about it many times. What was the difference tonight? It didn't seem like a lot of 2-out, 2-strike damage.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't particularly sharp. I felt like I was able to get to 2 strikes pretty quickly with a lot of guys and just not able to put them away. So, yeah, I mean, even some of those pitches where I was getting ahead, actually a lot of them, they just weren't very well executed. And then, they're in the 4th and 5th, just, stuff wasn't really there, command wasn't really there, and they're just too good for that.
One.
Charlie, any particular pitches that weren't necessarily working for you? Was it timing? What kind of was it?
Yeah, I was a little quick in my delivery. Just a lot of like I wasn't able to establish my fastball to the lefties, which is a pretty big deal. I really wasn't really able to establish my fastball at all to lefties. Yeah, like I said, I mean, they're just too good for that. And then fortunately, I was able to throw that little cutter for strikes, so I had some wiggle room there with my cutter and my curveball. But that changeup, I didn't even throw any changeups close to the zone. So really, as long as they were protecting against that breaking ball, they could kind of look for a heater to drive. I gave up hits on my curveball. I gave up hits on my sinker. I gave up hits on my 4-seamer. The cutter to Muncy, that was just really poorly thrown. So all in all, I mean, they just did a really good job. Which I expected.
John Romano.
Charlie, you sort of alluded to this, but when you don't have your best stuff, when you don't have command, this lineup doesn't give you any chance to sort of work yourself into a groove. You seem to be facing a top hitter every time you get the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of traffic. They got a lot of hits, put a lot of balls in play. A lot of good swings, and it's not easy. You have to be on your game. And I think I could have done a better job of slowing it down a little bit, especially early. I just never got into a groove. I never really felt comfortable out there, which, even in playoff games, I'm able to eventually get there if I don't get there early, and I just never did. So just combine that with who they are with the bat, and made for a rough night.
You've been through a lot of October baseball. How does this team come back tomorrow to play with a sense of urgency, but without a sense of panic? It's a sort of a fine line.
Yeah, I mean, we took the Yankees to 5 games. We took the Astros to 7. This team did that. This team did that last year. I mean, the wild card game being just a 1-game deal, but there's still that do or die mentality. And then we took the Astros to 5 games last year too, and this group can do it. So. Yeah, I mean, they've proven it. So there's nothing left but tomorrow to show up and bounce back.
Justin Granite.
Charlie, along those lines, you said this group has proven it. What is it about the makeup of this team that continues to bounce back, whether it was the Yankees or the Astros or even last year forcing that Game 5?
Just a good group of guys that care about each other, wanting to pick each other up, wanting the best for each other, and wanting to go out there as individuals as well and do their job, so it's just a very positive group. Even right now, the guys who are in there, they're still loose, and just got to turn the page, and they've done a really good job with that.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Charlie.